What are you doing in here? I guess it's time for... I guess it's time for my next video. And today we're taking a look at something spooky for early Christmas or some shit. Today we're looking at some real life Pokemon. Oh yeah, I bet you didn't see that coming, reading my title, my description, or clicking through my thumbnail with that exact expectation. How will I compare them, you might ask? I have innovated. It's revolutionary, the tier list. I'm gonna rate these real life Pokemon based on how terrifying they look. Using a tier list, we're gonna go off this top 10 list of most popular Pokemon. It's kind of dated, but I'm not gonna use the more recent one for reasons. So let's just hop right in. So in the number 10 spot, we've got the Gengar. This guy looks a little bit terrifying. I feel like I wouldn't want to run into him in the streets or anything. Plus he's literally like a gas. He's pretty scary. That's pretty terrifying. I'm gonna go ahead and rate him a B because that's nightmare fuel, but it's not too terrifying, the gas Pokemon. So next we've got the Gardevoir. I have a feeling that the cutesy Pokemon aren't gonna do too well in this because obvious reasons. So we got the Gardevoir. She looks more badass than anything. As far as a scary tier list, I don't think this one's gonna do too well. Damn, she tick. Yeah, she's not very scary at all. Ooh, that is nightmare fuel. Probably not gonna sleep tonight after this. But yeah, in general, this one doesn't look too scary. So I think I'm gonna actually put the Gardevoir up to a C. Moving on to the number 8 spot, Rayquaza. Let's see what kind of scariness you can provoke. So they got him pretty basic in these. I would have figured that a dragon type would have had some pretty terrifying look to it. So far, this one's not too scary either. I see some previews to some other pictures here that are definitely more menacing than what we've got here for the Rayquaza. So I'm gonna put him at the same level as the Rayquaza. I'm actually gonna move this Gengar up. The Gengar is pretty scary. I think both the Rayquaza and the Gardevoir can go up to a B, the Gengar up to an A. Or actually, let's keep the Rayquaza in a C. It's not scary at all. Now you might be wondering, trading card guy, how are you doing a tier list on this computer? It's sitting behind you. Makes no sense. Well, stop asking questions. Moving on. Next we've got the Garchomp in the number 7 spot. This one is definitely scarier than the Rayquaza and the Gardevoir. Yeah, I wouldn't want to run into this guy in the streets, catch those slicers. Yeah, no thanks. Yeah, no. There's no way. I'm gonna throw this guy into the A tier with the Gengar. I would not want to encounter this guy in the streets. So next we've got the Sylveon. So it's a cutesy one. I think this one's gonna do pretty poorly in this tier list. So yeah, it just looks like a dog or like a fox. Now we've got some weird suggestive cartoons. So yeah, we're just gonna throw this Sylveon into the D. Next we've got the Umbreon. Yeah, no, this one's not terrifying at all. It's just like a fox or a kitten. We've got some kittens in here, you know? So this one, if there was an extra tier, I think we'd throw both these into the E or the F. It just looks like a fox or like a dog. Evolutions realistically are just kind of cute. So unless you want to do something furry with them. So yeah, at that, you know, we're just gonna put it into the D list. I think if we had an E tier for suggestive, we would have probably the evolutions both in that E tier and then save some space for the other ones. Next we got the Mimikyu. I could see how this one could go pretty sour. It reminds me of Coraline and that shit's creepy. But you don't want some crickety old doll, you know, red light, green lighting you until, you know, you're done. This one's not too scary. Okay. Yeah, these IRL Mimikyus aren't too bad. It just kind of looks like a doll. It looks pretty happy. Derpy Pikachu. We'll throw this one into the C tier with the Gardevoir because the Gardevoir isn't that scary, but this one definitely has potential. It could be scary. It's just that they didn't design him very scary. If you ran into this thing in the dark and it was just lurking around your house, I think it'd be a little more scary than these pictures, but from what I can see, it's not too bad. Next, we got the Zard. So I have high hopes for this one. I feel like dragon, it's not actually a dragon, but like a giant fire lizard would be pretty terrifying in real life. So let's take a look at a couple of these. I guess these are shots from the Pokemon movie. That one's pretty bad, but it's not any worse than what we've already seen. Wouldn't want to run into them in real life. Not exactly the stuff of nightmares. Pretty bad, but it's not too bad. So we'll put them into the A tier with that Garchomp. It's about as scary as that Garchomp. They both kind of look dragon-like. Dragon obviously in real life would be pretty terrifying, but maybe if it was a Mega Charizard like this. Wouldn't want to face that thing. Actually, let's just throw that into that S tier just for that reason. That was Nightmare Fuel. That justifies it for me. So next we got the Grin Ninja. I don't think you'd want to run into this bad boy IRL just because he'd hand you a can of ass whooping. You know, you don't want any of that. Smoke, it's like a martial artist MF, plus he's shredded. He's got quads like a speed skater, so one kick and you're donezo, bud. But he's not too scary though, so if this is rated on somebody you wouldn't want to run into in these streets, put him into an A tier. On fear alone, he's not that scary. I'll move that Mimikyu up to a B tier because he has more potential. Let's put that Greninja into a C tier because he's not that scary, but I wouldn't want to catch those hands or kicks. And last but not least, we got the Greninja. This is another martial artist type. Also wouldn't want to catch any of that smoke, but realistically, he's not that scary. A couple scenes from the Pokemon movie. This guy's got like some glossy skin, light flashing off of him. He's light blue, you know, he looks like a gecko. Let's put that Greninja with that Lucario. It's not any scarier than that. If we had that D tier free because the evolutions didn't exist, because we erased them from history, because we're tired of hearing of evolutions because of Fusion Strike and Evolving Skies, or, you know, we just created an extra tier, Greninja would definitely be in that D tier. So there you have it. We have the Gengar in an S. Lock it in. That's Nightmare Fuel. Wouldn't want to run into those in any situation whatsoever. We got the Garchomp, which is also pretty terrifying, but not quite as terrifying as the previous tier. We got the Rayquaza and the Mimikyu, which are also Pokemon that you probably wouldn't want to run into in real life because Mimikyu is just going to steal your soul, and Rayquaza is a massive dragon. The others are mostly just fighting Pokemon, and the cutesy Pokemon you wouldn't be afraid of anyways. Let me know down in the comments how you would have rated these Pokemon in this tier list. Let me know if you have any ideas of any other Pokemon that would have fit well in this tier list. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.